All right, time now to check in with Dee Levine. She is our chef in the kitchen at the Southern Food and Beverage Museum. She has a question for us. Have you ever made your own butter? Well, how about a recipe for garlic butter?
Hi, and welcome back to the Southern Food and Beverage Museum. Today I'm going to make for you a garlic and herb butter, but we're going to make this butter from scratch, which is very, very interesting to do and quite delicious. So we'll go over our ingredients just as always, and then we'll start the process. So we have 1 quart of heavy whipping cream. I have some roasted garlic. So if you've watched some previous videos, I did the roasted garlic video. This is some of that garlic. I have some fresh herbs, which is chives, basil, and a little bit of parsley. And then I have some salt. So this cream currently is unsalted, which would make an unsalted butter. So we're gonna add in about 2 tablespoons of salt because I want this to be a salted product. So the first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and add in our cream. Put it all in there. And we're gonna turn on the mixer. This process will probably take closer to 15 to 20 minutes just to get to the butter stage, or at least close to it. So we're gonna start the mixer and let's get moving. When you see this cream start to thicken just a little bit, you may want to go ahead and put on a shield because it's going to start to splatter. As you can see, it's splattering on the bowl. Just go ahead and put the shield on your mixer and turn the speed back up. So if you look at this, this looks great. So this is really stiff butter, just like you would buy from the supermarket. So we're gonna take it, we're gonna actually put it in this container and drain off a little bit more of that liquid because we don't want any of that. We want our butter to really be a solid mass. And amazingly, it has that yellow butter color. That's just from the actual color of the butter fat. So you can see how stiff it really is. This butter firmed up very nicely. Actually, not too much liquid there, which is perfect. So I'm going to put that in a bowl and we're gonna set it to the side. And then I'm actually gonna drain this liquid just in case there's some leftover butter that we wanna capture from this mixing bowl. And it may not be a lot, but definitely it's something that I want to save. We wanna make sure we get as much butter out of it as we can. So I'm gonna scrape this bowl down to get all of that leftover buttermilk into this strainer. So when we put our butter back into the mixer, because we're not quite done yet, we're gonna bring it to a creaming stage to make it nice and creamy. So that is the remnant of our leftover buttermilk, and that's all the butter they had left. So it did a really good job coming together. So we're just gonna put that on the side, and you can save that liquid for baking. It really, really does a great job. It still has that intense butter flavor like butter would. So we're gonna pop this butter back into the bowl. We're gonna add the mixer, the whip attachment back to the bowl as well. And we're gonna turn it on, and now we're gonna whip it until it's nice and creamy. So now that we're almost halfway there, I'm gonna go ahead and add in some salt, because right now it's still unsalted butter, but definitely add salt to your tasting. So you can, I usually start with 2 teaspoons of salt to 1 pound. You can definitely add less salt if you want it to be less salty. Now our butter looks just about right. It looks great. It is nice and whipped and smooth. You can see the difference in the consistency. So we're just gonna scrape down this beater And then we're gonna add in our herbs and the roasted garlic to make this compound butter complete. So, toss in the herbs. And then we're gonna go in with the garlic. I'm gonna add about half. So that's probably about 3 ounces of roasted garlic. Goodness, the smell. And when you mix it, you're gonna do it on low because we don't wanna break it down. We just want everything to get really mixed together. Our roasted garlic and herb butter is now complete. You can take it and mold it into a separate container if you wanted to. It freezes really, really nicely, and it'll hold well in your refrigerator for about 2 weeks. You can use this butter on steaks. You can use it to make garlic bread. It's really, really delicious and will add additional flavor to all of your meals. This is our butter, and I hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait for you to come down and visit me at the Southern Food and Beverage Museum.